your favorite SAT tutor, looking at some graphical concepts today. Let's jump right into this question. The graph of the linear function f is shown in the xy plane above. The graph of linear function g is not shown and is perpendicular to the graph of f, passing through the point 1, -5. What is the value of g of -2? Okay, so this is kind of a long question, so it's a good thing that we just read that slowly. Let's process this. What is the value of g of -2? Okay, so the question that tells us that our final answer is going to require us to solve for the equation of g. Can we solve for the equation of g here? Maybe we can if we have a point on g, which is basically like saying we have a known solution to the equation of g. Basically, it's like when x is ever this, then y is this. So that's a known solution to the equation of g. And then, yeah, we have the graph of f, and we can find out the slope of g by calculating the perpendicular one to this. Okay, now we got a formulaic approach to this. Now we can start calculating. So take a look at this here. What is the slope of f? You guys remember what the slope formula is? Yeah, it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay. Let's take a look at these points on here. So we got 1 point is 2, y is 2, and then y is 1, and then what are the matching x coordinates? That's so when y is 2, x is 3. When y is 1, x is 0. Okay, giving me a slope 2 minus 1 is 1, 3 minus 0 is 3. All right, we've got the slope of f of x. Nice. We're well on our way here. Does anyone remember how to calculate the perpendicular slope? So that means that it's going to form a right angle, but we don't know exactly where it's going to cross. It's just going to have like the opposite slope. It could be there could be an infinity of different lines there with different y-intercepts, but this is a good start. So now to get the slope of g of x, we're going to need to get the perpendicular slope. So in order to do that, we take the negative reciprocal or the opposite reciprocal. So in order to get the reciprocal, how do we do that? Yep, we just flip the fraction over. So if like it's 1 over 3, we're going to get 3 over 1, and then negative. Okay, now we have the slope of g of x is -3. All right, we're well on our way now. Maybe we can even rewrite this equation of g with the information that we have now. -3x. We don't know what the y-intercept is. That's plus b. Can we solve for b though? Yes, we can, because we have that point 1, -5. All right. Okay. Let's plug those in. -5 is equal to -3 times 1 plus b. Okay. That's just -3. Add that to each side. We get -2 is equal to b. All right. Would you look at that, guys? We've got the equation for g now. So let's rewrite that. Equation for g of x is -3 x minus 2. And we want g of -2. So now we're just going to solve for g of -2. Yeah. So whenever we see x, we're just going to plug in -2 instead. And then always keeping track of those negative signs here. So I like to use the parentheses, and I feel like that's the best way. 6 minus 2. Nice. G of -2 is 4. Way to go, guys. So that's the formulaic approach that we're going to use to conquer these longer questions. I hope that you appreciated this video. Looking forward to seeing you guys next week.